right, well, hello and welcome back again. I'll let this run through back to our first screen, and then we'll pause it there as we are getting ready. Hold on. Okay, we did get the pause off. As we are getting ready for our last game of the week in the Pixel League. Anyway, let's get through everything. As there you can see, I'll go back since we didn't introduce it. There you can see your Season 3 recaps. Again, it's last season's results, so it doesn't mean that much, but gives you an idea how the teams performed, as both did make it to the playoffs. And then here you can see the Week 1 schedule so far. We have 4 games down. No sweeps thus far, but we'll see if that changes with this one. And then the standings, you can see as of now divided by game diff and then a couple by goal diff. So there you go. And then moving over to our stats, you can see as of now it would be Havoc switched out for Wrath. And then, so that's not reflected. I don't remember I think Wrath had some stats last season, so that's just not quite on there. But there you go. Looking at the matchup though, it's kind of hard to say. What roster do we have for Louden? We have Pinky, Louie, and Craney. No Dishonored today. Honestly, I think I favor Incheon, but it could be an interesting one. We have our rosters. We have our game. We're good. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to leave all that in YouTube. So we're going to get underway here. Basically, situation and what I spent most of the 14 minutes of pregame talking about. Smurfy didn't know the exact rule or the way the rules have been enforced, so he wanted to make an FA move and change one of his players before this game. However, because it's game 5 of the week, and so the week is underway and we're in the middle of it, he's not allowed to do that. So then he tried to transition his FA move into a PFA, but the player he wanted to pick up was slightly higher rating, and so therefore wasn't able to do that. But now that it's been resolved, because the original player on the roster from before the FA move was able to get on, and so now we have a game to play. And so we're good. It wasn't that bad, Lynx. I just cut down the beginning part and the interview like normal, and then I cut out what happened with the quote-unquote second game. It wasn't that bad. But anyway, locking in here, Louie's going to get goal number 1. Now, again, with all that talk, I didn't get that much into pregame expectations or predictions or any of that, especially not with Havoc's in. I definitely still would have leaned Incheon. Prediction, I probably would have said 3-1. It's a bit boring, but I think they're better, but maybe not that much. But hey, Louden are disagreeing because it's already 2-0. Only a minute and 6 seconds in, it is already 2-0 in favor of the Louden Lynx. What a good start for this team. We'll see if they can hold on to it, of course. As it has been a long time. Maybe some icing involved, because both teams were in the lobby for a couple minutes while we were still trying to figure all that out. Honestly, though, this is probably best case for Smurfy. Because obviously he has to play with the player that he had talked to and was ready to change his roster. So it's a roster he was ready to change. So it's kind of unfortunate for him. He has to play with it. But at the same time, as first we do see Smurfy get another goal here. So that'll get us to be back within 1 as it is 2-1. Just a little bit awkward on the defense there for Louden. Last defender does get a piece of it, but not enough to 50 it out. And so Incheon pull back. And they're a little bit closer to getting this comeback. But as I was going to say there, I think the worst outcome for Smurfy as, okay, I'm talking about Incheon, they want to score. I was talking about expectations, Louden wanted to score. We'll see where that goes as a trend, but Koala, good shot there. Havoc bangs it up off the backboard, and then it's just Koala there first, ready for the read. But okay, I was going to say, as I was saying, let's see if they're going to score. Pinky will pop it up. Louie driving under, but Havoc will get the clear. As I was saying, if they had made Wrath into a PFA, then he wouldn't have been able to pick up Wrath after this week. So I think this is best case for Smurfy, because now he can just play out this game in which they're still a favorite either roster, and then pick up Wrath after it finishes. But looking here, Louis will get the scoring back underway for Louden, his second of the game, and it's now 3-2, so Incheon a good comeback. But they can't get the lead, as I think with all that said, with all that mentioned, we are, I think, able to focus into this one and play some Rocket League. Pinky now going to push over to the side. By the way, I'll probably make the game. I usually turn up my volume just a little bit, which I didn't before this one, I don't think. So I'll do that a little bit. Put this one up off the sidewall. As chat's right, a very high-scoring game as we had 5 goals in the first half of this one. Of course, Incheon would appreciate at least 1, but of course then at least 2 more to give themselves a win. But we'll see, is so far nothing new in the last 20 seconds. Smurfy trying to get it away, but he'll give his life for it. Louis, touch to the side. Havoc's going to get a 50 on it. Now Craney kind of left alone in an awkward spot. That one's off the bar, though, and Pinky able to get there next. Now over around the outside. Pinky the pass across, but is cleared away easy enough by Koala. Havoc's now 50 off the backload. We see a trade of demos there as Koala pops it out. Smurfy trying to get their low boost total. Pinky gets there first. Havoc's now catches it down. Craney around the outside off the post, and no one's able to finish it. Havoc's now catching. 50 down to Smurfy. Low boost. He'll try to get it away, and he'll get a good 50 as well. Craney now able to bring it down. Havoc's another one off the corner. As soon as we call out the high-scoring nature of the game, no one has scored within the last minute of play, so definitely favors Louden as they're holding on to their lead, but we'll see how long that stays as Havoc tries to pass it across, but Koala a little bit too far. He'll now try to pass it back to Smurfy. Smurfy up high in the air, low boost on Louis, who just gets a light touchdown, and Smurfy can stay on it. Trying to pass it back, but not enough on it, and no one there to receive, and so Craney will now try to break out. Low boost, though, and he is beat by Havoc, who can't get the bump on Louis. That one just a little bit wide. Pinky going for a read. I don't think he has a shot. Looks to pass it down, but Louis can only get a 50. Koala now just one touch away. Louis racing in. Should get there first, but the high pop is right at Havoc's, and he'll get it down into the orange half. Incheon still trailing here. 40 seconds left to go. This one off the corner. Played around again. Louis trying to get it out to the side. Now cleared away again. Down off the corner. Louis is there. He'll get his hat trick. And it is 4-2 with 25 seconds left to go. Louden, they start the game hot, and they will end it the same way. Of course, not guaranteed over just yet. But they start with 2 straight, and they close it with 2 straight. And even though Incheon get those 2 in the middle, it's not going to make up the difference. 15 seconds left to go. Incheon need to get a goal here soon. Smurfy going up in the air. He needs it here. Looks to touch it down, and he gets it. 3-4. It's Smurfy again stepping up for his team, and Incheon are once again back within 1. 7 seconds left to go. Not a lot of time, but enough to try. As this one will get played forward. Koala gets it down into the corner looking for a pass. Rolling down, Craney pops it away. Havoc's trying to keep it alive. Gets under it, but that one's low. It's down. And Louden are going to take the first game. 4-3. They close it out. And so, as they get outshot, actually, 7-8. Incheon get the advantage in that category, but they don't get more goals. And so as we move on to DFH for game number 2, I didn't boost the settings. I'll do that right before we get going. Boost the audio, I mean. But as we load in now for game number 2, it will be Louden 1 ahead in the series, but of course in the best of 5, they need to get 2 more. I don't think he has a sub pit, and I think this will be his main roster, at least before the move anyway. But the kickoff won by Louden again. Louis just not quite able to get to it. Pinky will try, but he's 50'd away by Smurfy. Smurfy now another one cleared long downfield. Craney trying to follow it back. Looking for a shot. Will get it forward, but now it's cleared away by Smurfy. Smurfy downfield. Louis gets it away. Louis now from the left wall. Low boost just has to leave it, and Koala's on it. Pass off the sidewall, but uncontested is Craney as he'll look for a shot, and Smurfy gets it away with plenty of time. Smurfy now downfield again, looking towards the corner. Louis tries to pop it away, but that could just be a center as Koala's in the air. Unfortunately for Incheon, though, his touch is a little bit heavy, and so Craney's able to get a good clear on it, plus a 50 that'll set up Pinky. Pinky look for a pass. Louis is there, but Smurfy again there for the save. I think we've been back and forth with the ball. Back and forth, I mean, but in terms of shots and opportunities, that has certainly favored Louden, although here Incheon are getting a couple. 2 blocks by Craney, but Havoc's in the air. Can't get that touch. Tries to be a little bit too fine with it, and just can't quite get the control he wants. Now up in the air again. Louis trying to get up. Now Pinky towards the net. Dropped back down again. Craney now fakes that one out. Louis plays it to the side, but there's no one there except Smurfy, although Louis gets another good 50 on it. Havoc now has to go off his own corner. Pinky lurking up in the air. Low boost on Craney. Can't get a lot on it. Havoc now leaves it off. Smurfy trying to get it. Bumped off. Pinky rolled down into the corner. Looking to drop this one down. Havoc's letting it go. Couple fakes on it. Craney now diving across. Louis is there. Dunked off the bar. Pinky now trying to recenter it again. Bouncing, but no one there except Havoc's, and Incheon get back to midfield. Craney trying to keep the pressure on. That touch by Louis could be awkward, but instead he'll just set up Craney again. Now he leaves it to Pinky, but Smurfy again has been the main player for Incheon's defense, it has felt like. And he's there for yet another one there. He'll dive in for this one. Craney will win a 50, and that'll go over to the corner. Koala trying to bring it down. Pinky a good challenge. 2 players go. Neither one hits it. It bounces central. And Smurfy gets that bicycle touch out to the side. Koala now sending it downfield. Havoc shot saved away by Pinky. We had 5 goals in the first half of the first game. We got 0 in the first half of this one as we still play on here with a 0-0 scoreboard. Pinky trying to dive in, won't get it. Craney a pretty even challenge as this one's up in the air again. Drop back down to the side. Smurfy waiting behind it. Now Louis up off the right wall. Havoc's trying to get it away. Won't be able to get much more on it, but now Craney in the air. 2 players in the air for Louden, 1 for Incheon. Neither one will get much on it. Is Koala able to win another 50 here? Again, under 2 minutes left to go. And still scoreless here on DFH. Louis trying to pop up a little bit awkward with his jump, though, so he can only go to the side of the net. Smurfy now 1 touch, but it'll get beat afterwards. Pinky trying to center it. Gets another 50, but it's still stuck in the corner. That one back to Craney. He'll go straight up, but it's too high for Louis to play. Koala sends it long. Smurfy's there. A clean counter. Incheon score first. Just under 90 seconds to go. Smurfy gets a good shot on that one. From about the marking of the final third there. Now this one dropping down. Trying to play it out to the side. Havoc's up in the air again. Smurfy off the backboard, dropping down. Koala's there, but it's 50 away. Louden hold on. Now an inverse of last game. The Lynx looking to respond, but this time they'll get it done. Craney hits the shot, and we are tied at 1. $50 over to the side again as we are back to even. Incheon have had a good deal of momentum in this one, but of course, now that their lead has been erased, they're gonna need another one. Now up off the corner. This one shot across towards the net, but it was blocked away to the side. Now Craney not able to get anything else on that one. Louis up around the corner, dropping it back down. Smurfy around. Pinky trying to drop it down. Havocs will get it cleared away. Now Craney trying to send it downfield. Pinky, that 50's going the wrong way. It's going in. Incheon take the lead back. It's Koala credited with the long goal. He plays the 50 and it goes perfectly. Louis just a little bit too far downfield, not able to reach it. And so with 24 left on the clock, the Illusion have the advantage again. This one played down. Craney trying to get there, able to get a 50, but it's just straight lateral. Pinky now jumping up again. Low on the touch, bouncing out. Craney's there. It's off the bar. Louis too close. He skies it. The clock will run out. Craney tries to keep it alive, but he's going the wrong way. Same with Pinky. It will finally fall. Incheon tie up the series. An opportunity there at the end, but it will not fall through, as this time Louden pretty squarely outshoot them 10-7, but they're the ones who get outscored as Incheon pull us even after 2. I mean, it did feel a lot like a role reversal. Of course, a lot lower scoring, much more similar to the second half of that first one, but I mean, even still, it felt like Incheon had a pretty good advantage. And so now we load in game number 3. All even at 1, but one must pull ahead. Match point is on the line. Let's see who can find the momentum as we move to Urban Central. And that is interesting to me that in the game that was higher scoring, Louden had less shots and yet got more goals, and they got quite a few of them. In the game that was higher scoring, or in the game that was lower scoring, Louden had more shots and yet scored obviously much less. As this one, though, is a good start. So we can talk about that trade in just a moment, because an early goal coming through as Craney puts it wide, but the demos cause some chaos, and Pinky converts it to a goal. 1-0 Lynx. 30 seconds in. This one's dropped down. By the way, saying it preemptively, it was the first thought. Louden versus Bedford is going to be a journey, but we'll get there when we get there. As this one's dropped down again, Havoc's trying to clear it downfield. Pinky looking for the clear downfield. Going for a 50, but Smurfy a good dunk away from him. Louie now trying to bring it down. Smurfy just going to make it awkward, but can't get much else. Craney now with time. 1v1. Tries to leave it off. Both go for the bump. It almost works, but Smurfy gets back in time. They needed one more touch to speed it up towards net, and they just could not quite get it. That one high off the backboard as well. Koala 50 will bounce straight down. Louie will play it away, but there's not a lot of power on it, and Smurfy can pick it up. Smurfy now the fake back down. Koala tries to play to the side, but Pinky's already waiting. Louie now racing in, goes for the shot. It's up high, and Havocs will catch it to the side. Yeah, exactly. That's going to be a journey pit, but we'll get there. It's fine. Look, oh, check what week that is as this one drops down. Louie going to get bumped off it, but the same can be said for Smurfy. Koala now trying to get it forward. That is week 9, by the way. That is the end of the season. This one now in the air again, dropped back down. Koala trying to get it away. I almost said 11 as well, Lynx. Smurfy around the corner. Craney dropping it down. Havocs getting close, but Pinky will be able to dunk it away again. Yeah, Lemon, I'm just going to have to either really emphasize the Lynx or just say Louden the whole time. And so you know Lynx is the player, Louden is the team. This one dropping down. Craney looking for the catch. Will beat one. Now Koala, though, takes it away. That one a little bit dangerous, but Pinky able to get up in the air. Smurfy off the back wall, able to get a 50 straight back. Havix is there, but low boost. Can't pull the shot on target. Koala can, though, and it's in. 1-1, even again. Koala off the bounce, bangs it just barely under the bar. A clean shot, and we are all tied up halfway through. Koala turned around on this one, has to recover, doesn't get it. There's no shot, though. Louis panics a little bit too much. Can't turn it on target. And Incheon really get away with one there. Now over off the sidewall again. This 150 downfield by Smurfy. Craney just going to send it long. Koala left alone. Louis trying to jump up, gets a 50, but it's not in. But Craney's touch is. It's too wide of a turn from Smurfy, and he has no chance at the save. So 30 seconds later, 28 to be specific, Louden find their response and regain the lead. One downfield, that one close, but it's a little bit wide from Koala. Louis trying to play it over to the left side, bouncing back up again. Pinky one touch away. Havix trying to get it down into the corner. Now Craney following it up as well, looking for a 50, but he'll instead get dunked back away. Louis now dropping it down again. Craney will jump up, but Koala beats him there. Pinky will return a high clear, but that's free for Smurfy. He'll pop it up. He'll look for the read. He's got it. I believe his second of those this series. Pretty close at least. Not quite like his third goal in the last game. But that one is a clean read, and it's even again. I was thinking it was the third goal of the last game. His second in that game. That he went up high and then got that one touchdown. But that one was more airborne. That one was just a ground read. As Koala, good carry there, beats pretty much everyone, but can't stay with it enough to get to the net as Pinky swoops back in. Smurfy, though, a strong bouncing clear. Smurfy can get back, but instead it's Koala. Incheon score 2 straight, and they have the lead. With 71 left to go here in game number 3. That'll be their first lead of the game. As they look deny Louden and win their second game in a row. Pinky, though, getting up is, of course, still over a minute left to go. Plenty of time for the Lynx here. Good clear there by Havix on the floater. So now dropping it down. Pinky a bit too close again. I'd say that's kind of one of the main issues we've seen from Louden. A little bit too aggressive, a little bit too close to each other. That one bad 50 or even one strong touch can just get over them, pretty much negating the attack. And this one's up off the back wall. It's a good bump. Louis there. Louis scores. The physical play works again for Louden, and they tie it up again. Craney comes up big, and Louis where he needs to be. .50 is even, but Koala comes up with it. Can't get a double, but Smurfy's already on it, as he'll wait for the clear out. And now he'll dive after Louis' touch. He'll get to the backboard. He'll look for a double. It was on target, but Craney's there. Pinky now trying to get it away. He'll look for a pass back to Craney, who will go up high. And he'll get a good 50 out of it, down into the blue half, if but for a moment, as Smurfy will send it right back downfield. Now around the corner. This one dropping down. Louis on it, but not for long. Havix 50s it away. Now one popped up by Craney, one pop forward by Pinky, but Louis forced to wait. Havix will find Koala. No touch there, though. Smurfy doesn't have the boost to hit it. Louis looking for Craney. Havix pops it up in the air. Pinky, but he doesn't have boost. He has to let it go. And we go to overtime in game number 3. This one dropping down. Koala getting it forward, but Louis will send it right back in. Havix left alone, a bit low on boost, forced to jump there. That'll allow Pinky a play on it. He'll get it up into the corner where Smurfy will clear it, but he doesn't have boost, so Craney will send it right back in. Koala now looking for something more complete, but Louis is again there to respond on it. Louis now another shot. Havix will dive across for the save, and Pinky will misread it. Havix with some space. Only Craney back, but Craney has enough. flips into the save, and Louden survived the scary situation as now they look to push in. Pinky is there. Smurfy will save it for now. Louie gonna leave it as Craney races in. He'll get around the outside, but it's hugging the wall too closely so Smurfy can get the clear. That one left off by Louie. Good communication as Pinky will pick it up. Dropping down to Craney. He'll bang it off the side wall. Louie expecting the touch. Didn't get one of his own. Now off the corner by Pinky. Shot by Koala. He's a shooter. Hat trick for him. Incheon are on match point. 4-3. Another clean finish from Koala. Bar down. Incheon. It takes them a while, but they close it out. Was that 4-3? Yes, it was. As you can see, Louden again out shooting. This time 11-8. But again, scoring less. Honestly, you wonder if that could be a case of over-aggression, like we kind of said they might have. Because when they're getting more shots, they're giving up more goals. And so you wonder if maybe the more they're shooting, the more aggressive they're getting, and the more overcommits and awkward situations they're allowing on their defensive end, which is, of course, allowing Incheon the chance to score and to be more efficient than them. So you wonder if maybe Louden kind of need to slow it down a little bit, be more meaningful with their shots, and kind of just not be as aggressive. But of course, we'll see. That's for them to figure out as they have one more life here. As we load into game 4, it's gonna be an early start, but this time for Incheon. Smurfy gets first blood 17 seconds in. It's Koala the pass. Smurfy another clean backboard read as he drops that one in right over the defender. Now off the side wall. Craney first to the read. Smurfy trying to pop it back. Louie dropping it in. It'll bounce up high. Craney in the air, but Havoc gets it downfield. Koala looking for the shot. Doesn't have it. Smurfy back over to Koala. It's a high floater, but Pinky able to recover in time. Koala going basically for Smurfy's shot from that second game. But this time, didn't quite have the positioning to get it, and so it goes just a little bit wide. That one, though, is true. It's Smurfy's turn to get involved. He is 2 for 2, and Incheon have a multi-goal lead. "50 seconds in, already starting to look good for Incheon and closing this one out. As Louie's backwards touch there is awkward. Now he'll get bumped off it. It's sitting on the goal line. Koala secures. Louie takes it back and then way too patient. He just has to go, but he tries to slow it down. Smurfy just Goombas him. Or I didn't see exactly who's in Octane. It might have been Havoc's, to be fair. Someone just Goombas him. And as a result, it just bounces down, and Koala, easy enough, 50s it right through Craney into the net. This one drops down. Louie already on it. Plays it off the corner. It'll bounce back down. Craney is there. Far post, but Smurfy has enough. Louie now already over there. See, I find myself for no real reason almost wanting to say Luigi, because, you know, that's another player, I guess. But no, it's Louie. As this one's over wide. Pinky trying to catch it, but instead it's Smurfy who just plays fast and bangs it away. Smurfy now a shot, and it's almost in, but Craney just barely gets enough to force that one out off the post. Louie now getting up again towards the net, just a little high. Smurfy will pop it more so. Smurfy now another long clear downfield. Pinky around the outside, looking for the 50 back as it'll get cleared back. Havoc's behind this one, looking for the touch, not going to get a lot on it. Pinky just able to keep control, looks for a pass across, but no one's there except Koala. Really just nothing working on offense for Louden. Feels like this game specifically, they've really been shut down, that they're either stuck in their half where they are making mistakes, or they're kind of like trying to get it away, and it just goes nowhere and eventually gets cleared right back in. So half the game played, still plenty of time for a potential comeback. But it's a 3-goal lead, and it doesn't look like Incheon want to give it up. Smurfy now another dunk back down. This one popped up. Koala playing it towards the back wall. Louis trying to get it around. 50, he'll bounce straight back down there. Smurfy now looking to pop it forward. Pinky looking for a 50. Down off the post. Now Craney off the post again, but this time in. 2 minutes to go. Plenty of time. And Louden get the first of the needed 3. Shut out no more. Craney, an absolute battle, just barely gets through it. Now, just under 2 minutes as Craney almost had a shot there, but couldn't quite get the angle he needed. Now it falls to Craney again. He'll pop it up, trying to get downfield. 50 will center out. Bouncing down, Havoc needs a touch, plays it off the back wall, and that is a perfect bounce for Incheon. Louis trying to drop it down, but it's a weak shot. Smurfy has it. Koala's there. This time he has it, but it's Craney again. Craney has been everywhere for Louden all series long. But unfortunately, so far, he's going to need to do more, it seems. That or he needs his teammates to step up, of course, because they still need 2 more goals. 75 seconds to go. This one is awkward, but nothing really on that from Havoc's. Now it's a 1v1. Craney and Smurfy, but Smurfy just forces the issue, and Craney wasn't ready for it. Not going to get anything. Now Louis. Not going to be able to turn. Will try to get a catch now, and now he'll pop it straight up, but the problem is it's straight up, not downfield, and so that'll waste a little bit more time, and eventually Koala's then just able to play the clear. Craney now trying to get up, uses all his boosts. It's a high floater. Smurfy's there for it. Pinky down into the corner again, looking to play it out, gets 1 touchdown, a couple awkward jumps there from Incheon, but then it is the save coming across. Final 30 seconds here. Louden need to score, but Smurfy, where he needs to be, denies it. Incheon will break out again. They'll waste more time, and they might have just secured the win. Louden, just not nearly enough threat in this game. They try to pick it up. They try to get something before the end, but they will not get it. Smurfy will not get that one for the road, but they don't need it. It's a 3-1 in the last game, and it's a 3-1 in the series. They lose game 1, but they don't let that become a trend. They win the next 3 in a row, and they close it out in 4 games. We'll ask about an interview. I mean, no, Pitt. And by the way, as I said, even if it was a forfeit, you wouldn't have gotten paid. The prediction would have been deleted. But yeah, I mean, technically, like, again, if you want to be strict to the timing of it, then yes, they went past what would be the forfeit timer. But the part that you're kind of like discounting about that is he spent pretty much the whole forfeit timer assuming he was going to be able to play with Wrath. And so then we can't just say, oh, no, actually you can't, and give him the forfeit. So I was down to give him a few minutes. They got it figured out. They got the win. And so we will be back in just one moment for an interview. And we are back with Incheon. Looked up dicey for about a game, and you guys win 3 in a row. How does it feel to be 1-0?
Dicey before the game and the first game.
Yeah, it works. I don't really care. I mean, they'll say what they want to say about what happened beforehand.
This is probably best case for you, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I could sign earlier, but apparently I could not sign that late. But I mean, hey, I guess it works out. I take the W against Pinky and Craney, who are pretty good. So.
And Louis too.
And Louis too, but you know, I don't like to give Louis many props. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what changed between that first game and the rest? Because it felt like they just had control of that whole game, and then they didn't for the rest of the series.
we were cold. We were cold.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, we had to get back into it. Havix wasn't gonna make it, obviously, and then I had to snag him. So yeah, just had to get back into it. So
Fair enough. Now, out of that, I will move on to next week as you guys are going to be playing up against Denver. How do you look at that one?
I forgot who's on that roster. I think it's T-Mac, Bustin, Luigi, and oh Gavin. Oh yeah. Well,
Yes.
yeah. Obviously Gavin's gonna be the main guy. Pretty high salary, and he's shown why. He's been really good. At least we saw him in his game against I think it was the Control. So
Yep.
not bad. T-Mac has definitely been getting better. So I think overall it'll be a fun game. I think we take it. Obviously, we take it maybe 3-1. Might drop a game in Smurfy fashion, but we'll come out with it.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's about all I have for you guys. So congratulations on the win and good luck next week.
Yep. Appreciate you, doggo.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, Smurfy mentioned it. I think Koala mentioned it too. A little bit of an unfortunate pregame thing, but hey, it worked out. And again, probably the best way it could because Smurfy got the win and he now has the ability to sign the player he wanted to anyway. So works out for him, works out overall. And for the Lynx, I think a pretty good game. They played it close in every game. They got a game win. And I think just a little bit need to figure out how to convert those shots to goals. And then, of course, maybe a couple missed opportunities in the middle of it. But anyway, that's going to do it for our first game of the night and the last Pixel game of the week. So no sweeps this week, but that'll do it. And we'll see if that carries into week 2 as the final score here one last time, Incheon 3, Louden 1. We'll see you live in about a minute for the last Prism game of the week and the last of the week overall.